Today, Module 19, Comparing Integers. When you compare integers, you should use a number line. When you compare integers, you should use a number line. The number on the left is less. The further the number is to the right on the number line, the larger it is in value. Now, in the video, Mr. J was saying the further right you go, the greater the value. I've always remembered that whatever is on the left is less. If you want to remember right is greater, that's fine. If you want to remember left is less, that is fine as well. Okay? When we're talking about comparing integers, we have to use symbols like greater than and less than. Most people have a hard time remembering which symbol is greater than and which one is less than. So I found this actually on a Facebook group that I'm in for middle school math teachers. They were saying this symbol here, or the arrow pointing to the right, could be like part of the G in greater than, and the symbol here pointing to the left could be like the L in less than. And just like Mr. G was saying on the video, the number on the right is greater, or the further you go to the right, the greater in value. The further you go to the left, the less in value. So that was just a hint for you there. And also in the teaching video, Mr. J referred to using temperature when comparing integers. But don't forget, when we were introduced to integers and watched the math club video, the kids there were talking about, would you rather watch a video with 38,000 hands
I
up?
apologize for the interruption. At this time, we need all boys and girls basketball players and also the managers to report to the gym. That's all girls and boys basketball players and managers. Please report to the gym.
Okay, sorry about that. So, the kids in the video were talking about, would you rather watch a video that had 38,000 likes or 20 dislikes? And we said the likes would be like positive integers and the dislikes would be like negative integers. So you could ask yourself, would you rather watch a video with 38,000 likes or 20 dislikes? So looking at our examples here at the bottom, it says to compare the following integers using less than, equal to, or greater than. Try drawing a number line to help you visualize the integers. Well, I actually put a number line here on the sheet for you. And when you look at the integers 0 and 10, if 0 is here and 10 is here, you see that 0 is on the left, and so it is less. And just like you learned in elementary school, the alligator eats the bigger number. Okay? When you're comparing the integers 0 and negative 20 is on the left, so negative 20 is less than 0. Less than 0. Alligator is eating the bigger number. We have negative 5 and 15. Negative 5 is on the left, so it is less than 15. Negative 8 and 8. Negative 8 is on the left, so it is less than 8. Comparing the integers 5 and negative 15. Negative 15 is on the left, so it is less than 5. Then we're comparing negative 6 and 6. Negative 6 is on the left, so it is less. Plus, you can see in these examples, other than our one example that had two positive numbers, everything else has a negative and a positive. And of course, positive numbers are always greater than negative numbers. So taking that information, let's look at ordering integers. Ordering integers. You should also use a number line when ordering integers. You should also use a number line when ordering integers. If you didn't use a number line to compare integers, at the very least, use a number line to order integers. And I'm going to show you how using a number line really takes the guess and the work out of it for you. I did put a picture here on the right that shows you the further left you go on the number line, the less the number is, or the smaller it is. And then, of course, the numbers get bigger as you move to the right. Okay. Let's save the two questions here in the middle for just a minute and come down here and let me show you what I mean by using a number line to order integers. Here on number 1, the directions ask us to order the integers from least to greatest. So that means I'm going to start with the number on the left and go to the right. So what I do is I take each number and mark it on a number line. Now, if the directions were to plot these integers, that's when we would draw the dot. But since we're using the number line as a tool, you could either put your X's above or below the number line like Mr. J did. I personally always circle the integer. So I would circle -8. I would circle 5. I would circle -2, 0, and 6. I would just simply circle each of the integers. And then because it says to go from least to greatest, I'm going to start with what I circled on the left and simply move to the right. When I do that, the work is done for me. Okay? I'm going to erase my circles here so that I can use this same number line for numbers 2, 3, and then the question about temperature. Okay. So if I were to order these integers from least to greatest, I would circle -12. Okay. -15 isn't on here, but we know it would be over here to the right of 12. We have a 3, 9, and -6. We're still working from least to greatest, so I would start with the integer on the left and work to the right. Because the direction said from least to greatest, I would start on the left. Of course, if it said greatest to least, I would start on the right. Okay, I'm going to erase these so that I can use my number line again. And I am going to circle the integers in the next problem for a -4, 0, of course 16 would be over here somewhere, and -7. Still working from left to right. I have -7, -4, 0, 4, and 16. The work is done for me. Okay. And for the last problem here, says the table shows the temperatures for a 4-day period. Okay, we're talking about temperatures. Monday it was -7, or you could say 7 below zero. Now, we don't have temperatures very often that are below zero, but if you were listening to the weather on the news, they might say in New York it was 7 below or 7 below zero. That would be indicated with a -7. So we have 7 below zero, 8 degrees on Tuesday, 2 below on Wednesday, and 1 below on Thursday. So again, I'm going to use my number line and mark -7, 8, -2, and -1. And because it asks for least to greatest, I'm going to start on the left, work my way to the right, and then I'm going to simply match my answer. Okay? So that's it for Module 19. It's time to head to the batting cage.